Every time the person is exposed to cold air, and they'll start have a running nose. Every time the person is affected by dust, they will start running nose. And every now and then they are having running nose or coryza. This is a constitution called allergic rhinitis. This is a disease state which we are calling allergic rhinitis. Okay, rhinitis means running nose, allergic, due to some allergy. Their nasal mucosa is so susceptible that every now and then started running. Okay, so this allergic rhinitis is actually a deep miasmatic state. What we have read during our discussion on miasm from Robert philosophy, you will see that it is not an easier thing to treat nowadays, and this allergic rhinitis actually are being more complicated with the anti-allergic drugs. You will see patients who are taking for years together a tablet of say Allegra, or say there are lots of anti-allergic tablets available in the market. Cetirizine, they are getting it over the counter and taking it every now and then for years together. What has happened here? This allergic rhinitis is actually what you will say, that is a mixed miasmatic disease, and it is in very constitution is very weak in these kind of sufferers. Constitution is very weak. Number one, multi-miasmatic disease, not an easier thing to treat this allergic rhinitis. Plus, what is happening? The drugs, the anti-allergies the patient is taking, it also masking up the disease. You have read the masked venereal disease, where the psoriasis is being complicated with treatment of mercury, and you will get in present days masked anti-allergic disease. Okay, what is happening here? The patient was suffering from allergic rhinitis, and patient used to take these anti-allergies. Now, plus over and above, they used to have that nasal decongestant, means nasal sprays, which is decongesting the nasal mucosa. They are having atropine, like that drops are available in the market, and they are used to that. And what this is causing? Further damage, permanent damage to the nasal mucosa, and causing atrophic rhinitis. You must have heard about this disease. Is one of the purely iatrogenic disease developed due to use of these nasal sprays. Okay, and these are very difficult to cure, because this is not this is actually killing the nasal mucosa. Atrophy of the nasal mucosa due to overuse of these sprays. You know that olfactory neurons are regeneratable. They regenerate. But if the nasal mucosa are atrophied, where they will get their stimulus from? Okay, so these kind of state you will get in your clinic every now and then. Stop these nasal spray as soon as possible for your patient. Don't ask your patient to stop those anti-allergies which he is taking for long, because it will aggravate the case and patient will leave you, will not stay with you. Stop these nasal spray at least. Ask the patient to take steam inhalation for 2 or 3 times daily, plus give your medicine. When you will see with the torch in the nasal turbinates, you will see the hypertrophy, you may see polyp, you may see DNS. Okay, so these are the thing which is causing this. DNS was causing one of the reason for this allergic rhinitis is DNS. Okay, that it is overactivating the nasal mucosa. Okay, what is DNS? It is actually deviation of the nasal septum. And what is it? It is actually the congenital, you can say it is a congenital error, and you can trace it back to syphilis. You will see that totally one nasal is totally closed by much deviation. So much deviation is there that one minute. one nasal turbinate has been closed, and you can trace it back to syphilis. Okay, there may be nasal polyp, or there may be hypertrophy of the nasal mucosa. So you can trace it back to psychosis. You see that this allergic rhinitis, how simple it was seeming to us, but how difficult it is. So don't promise, don't guarantee your patient a easy cure, but ask your patient to have patience. How long you are going to take these anti-allergies and these nasal drops? It will ultimately spoil your health and spoil your nasal mucosa. So now, what sort of medicine you can think of in these kind of allergic rhinitis? First and foremost, medicine for this is steam inhalation. Okay, ask a patient to take steam inhalation twice daily, morning and night at least, or 3 times. Okay, give your patient the anti-miasmatic medicine after taking the case. If the in acute cases patient is coming to you, give some sort of palliative, because you know that it is if at this period, if you are going to give a chronic medicine for that patient, it may aggravate the patient. Okay, so give a palliative medicine. Not necessarily you will give Allium Cepa or like other drugs, but what is coming to at that time. You will see in these kind of allergic rhinitis cases that the patient is not complaining of burning, what we are seeing in acute cases, not complaining of burning, just sneezing. Paroxysm of sneezing is there. So you can prescribe one of the medicine for that, palliative, Aralia racemosa. You can think of, match the symptom, and you can give Aralia racemosa in 1x or 3x potency. The next in line is the nasal turbinates are hypertrophied, and patient is constantly complaining about the nasal blockage, and have taken anti-allergies for long, and have taken nasal sprays for long. You can go with Nux vomica itself. Nux vomica has a symptom of nasal blockage, which is aggravated in warm room. In room it is aggravated. In open air it is coryza is ameliorated. Okay, so this is one of the Nux vomica symptoms, plus the crude drugs, bad effects of that drugs, and Nux vomica is coming.
Yes,
So
sir.
you can, but what should be the potency here? Because the patient is of feeble constitution, have suffered a lot, go for a lower potency, 6, 30, and
Okay.
go for a repetition. We will read how to judge the potency. We will
Yes.
discuss how to judge a potency and how to judge a repetition when we will come to posology. So here I'm just giving an example of just Nux vomica. The patient have suffered a lot, constitution have deteriorated, so don't go for Nux vomica 1M. It won't actually affect anything to patient. It won't aggravate, it won't palliate, it will do nothing in that kind of cases where the constitution is have become so feeble. So go for 30 or 6 and go for repetition 1 or twice for 3 or 4 days. Okay, so this is these patients need repetition, and this patient need a lower potency. Okay, like Aralia racemosa, I was telling that you should give it in 1x or 2x or 3x potency and repeat it daily for few days until the patient got relief. Next is coming in line is Teucrium verum verum. If there is a polyp, you can see a polyp in the nose. Number one, if you can see a hypertrophy, if there is no polyp but there is hypertrophy of nasal mucosa. Number two, if there is a tubercular diathesis in the background.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there is a tubercular diathesis in the background, if there is a history of worm infection at childhood, or many adult patients, you will see that are suffering from worm infection. Okay, so and if there is a enlargement of these cervical glands due to constant allergic rhinitis, people may suffer from enlargement of cervical gland. Every allergic rhinitis patient won't suffer this enlargement of cervical gland, but if the patient is suffering from allergic rhinitis, plus you can, after palpating, you can see that there is an enlargement of cervical gland, you can go for Teucrium varumberum. What I have told, if there is a polyp on a clinical examination, if there is a hypertrophied nasal mucosa, if there is enlargement of cervical gland, if there is a tubercular history in the background, if there is a history of worm infection, okay, plus if you are seeing a child of below 10 years, you will observe that the child is restless, cannot sit at a place. This is one of the indication for Teucrium. Though we are forming totality for these drugs in this fashion. Okay, for this you have to do clinical examination. You need to know your philosophy. You need to know your materia medica. Okay, it's not that easy for every allergic rhinitis you go and prescribe Allium cepa. It's not that. It's not like that. Okay, you have to justify every medicine you are giving. Okay, so we have discussed Arelia. Nothing much to tell in Arelia. It is small drug. You can give it for palliative relief only in 1x or 3x potency. We have discussed Nux vomica, where there is a history of anti-allergies, patient taking anti-allergies for prolonged. Next, and there is a symptom of nasal blockage, which is aggravated in a warm room and ameliorated in the open air. And we have discussed this Teucrium. These 2-3 medicines, plus if there is some gastric symptoms, okay, along with this allergic, if there is some gastric irritation, symptoms of gastritis, you can think of histamine itself. Histamine is available in the LM potency with the internationals in Kolkata. You will get it. You can think of histamine. Why these medicines are coming to our mind? Because this is the condition where the patient have been suffering for so long. You need to bring the constitution. You need to you will say, you need to prepare the soil. Okay, prepare the soil before the application of seeds. Okay, prepare the patient for the polycrest, PPP. Prepare the patient for the polycrest. Patient coming, first time coming to you, you need to prepare the soil for permanently curing this patient. So these are the short acting medicines, or maybe these are the polycrest with the some sort of quick relief to the patient. But in this also we are doing judgment with the philosophy and judgment with the our clinical knowledge. Okay,